Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So we have 4 to the power of x plus 6 to the power of x is equal to 9 to the power of x. Now what I'm first going to do is I'm going to start by dividing both sides by 9 to the power of x. So now by doing that, these two cancel out, and now if I have something in the form a plus b over c, this is equal to a over c plus b over c. So right here we have 4 to the power of x plus 6 to the power of x over 9 to the power of x, and that would equal 4 to the power of x over 9 to the power of x plus 6 to the power of x over 9 to the power of x. And this is equal to 1. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m over b to the power of m, this can be written as a over b to the power of m. So I'm going to use this property for both 4 to the power of x over 9 to the power of x and 6 to the power of x over 9 to the power of x. So now I'll have 4 over 9 to the power of x plus 6 over 9 to the power of x. And this is equal to 1. So now I can go ahead and subtract 1 on both sides. So now I have 4 over 9 to the power of x plus 6 over 9 to the power of x minus 1 is equal to 0. Now, I can simplify 6 over 9 here. 6 over 9, a common factor of these two is 3. So 3 times 2 would be 6, and 3 times 3 would be 9. So 6 over 9 would be simplified to 2 over 3. And now 4 over 9 here, well, 4, this is the same thing as 2 squared, and 9, this is the same thing as 3 squared. So I can rewrite this as 2 squared over 3 squared to the power of x plus 2 over 3 to the power of x minus 1 is equal to 0. Now remember, if I have something in the form a to the power of m over b to the power of m, this is equal to a over b to the power of m. So right here I have 2 squared over 3 squared, and this would equal 2 over 3 squared to the power of x. Now if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. And notice how n and m are interchangeable because they are multiplying with each other, meaning a to the power of m times n is the same thing as a to the power of n times m. And if this is true, then this must mean that a to the power of m to the power of n is the same thing as a to the power of n to the power of m. So right here, I have 2 over 3 to the power of 2 to the power of x. And I can think of a as 2/3, m as 2, and n as x. So now I can switch the places of these two. So this will get me to 2 over 3 to the power of x squared. So now going back to the original equation, I have 2 over 3 to the power of x squared plus 2 over 3 to the power of x minus 1 is equal to 0. Now I can let 2 over 3 to the power of x equal to the variable y. So now if I substitute in y for 2 over 3 to the power of x, I get y squared plus y minus 1 is equal to 0. And now, as you can see, we have a quadratic equation. And any quadratic equation can be solved by using the quadratic formula, which is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So the coefficient in front of y squared is 1, the coefficient in front of y is 1, and we have negative 1 over here. So this means that a is 1, b is also 1, and c is negative 1. So now if I plug these values into our quadratic equation, I get negative 1, because negative b, plus or minus the square root of b squared. So 1 squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is negative 1. And we are dividing this by 2 times a, which is 1. Now this is equal to negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 squared, which is 1, minus 4 times 1, which is 4 times negative 1, over 2. 2 times 1 is 2. And this is equal to negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 minus 4 times negative 1 is negative 4, so I have negative 4, which is positive 4. Over 2 is equal to negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 5 over 2. So now this gives me two values of y. I have y is equal to negative 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2, and I have y is equal to negative 1 minus the square root of 5 over 2. So remember how we set y equal to 2 over 3 to the power of x. So now we have 2 over 3 to the power of x is equal to, let's start with negative 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2. So if I solve this, I'll first take the log on both sides. So I have log 2 over 3 to the power of x is equal to log of negative 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2. Now I can divide both sides by first, before I do that, I can move this exponent x to the front of the logarithm. So now I have x times log 2 over 3 is equal to log negative 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2. Now I can divide both sides by log 2 over 3. So then these two cancel out, and I would have x is equal to log negative 1 plus square root of 5 over 2 over log 2 over 3, which is equal to approximately 0.87. Hey guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So we have 2 to the power of 9 minus 2 to the power of 8 equals 4 to the power of x. Now what I'm first going to do is I'm going to rewrite 2 to the power of 9 as 2 to the power of 8 times 2 to the power of 1. Because remember, if we have a to the power of x times a to the power of y, this is equal to a to the power of x plus y. And I'm still subtracting this with 2 to the power of 8. and this is equal to 4 to the power of x. Now, since we have two terms with 2 to the power of 8, what I'm going to do is I'm going to factor 2 to the 8 out of this expression. So now 2 to the power of 8 divided by, if we take out 2 to the power of 8 from 2 to the power of 8 times 2 to the power of 1, we're simply just left with 2 to the power of 1, which is the same thing as 2, and minus 2 to the power of 8 divided by 2 to the power of 8 is 1. And this is still equal to 4 to the power of x. Now, 2 minus 1 is simply 1. So 2 to the power of 8 times 1 equals 4 to the power of x. Now, 4 to the power of x, this can actually be rewritten as 2 squared to the power of x. All we did was we replaced 4 with 2 squared. And this is equal to 2 to the power of 8 times 1 is simply just 2 to the power of 8. Now, an important property of exponents is that if we have a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So 2 to the power of 2 to the power of x, this is equal to 2 to the power of 2 times x, which is the same thing as 2x. And this is still equal to 2 to the power of 8. Now, because we have the same bases, then that must mean our exponents here, these two must be the same as well, because this equation would not be true if these exponents are different, meaning that our exponents are the same, meaning a equals 2x. And now, as you can see, we have a simple equation, and we just want to solve for x now. So if we divide by 2 on both sides, these two cancel out, and we get 8 divided by 2 equals x, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So x equals 4. And this is our answer.